How y'all doing?
For Everyday Productions, and we are glad to have you with us. Tonight should be kind of an interesting contest here, Wade, because the Knights from Toledo came into Clyde to play the Northwest Ohio Raiders early in the season. Actually, they went stayed up in Toledo, and I think the final score was 55-6. We've got the owner up here.
55-9.
Was it 55-9?
Yeah.
55-6, something like that.
Tammy, you're on camera.
I'm not owner.
Yeah.
I'm just sister.
You're just sister of the owner?
Just sister of the owner.
Ah, okay, but you were once an owner, weren't you?
No, not of the Knights.
Oh, of the Grizzlies.
Of the Grizzlies.
Yeah, of the
Yeah,
Grizzlies.
So when
Long
Wade
time
was
ago.
up there working for them. Yeah. Cool. Well, now they've come here to Clyde. I don't think the venue is going to make much difference because the Knights have continued to play well, while the Raiders have dropped every game so far. The closest game was that 6-0 game when we were here.
You were
Clyde
here.
I was here against the Columbus War Eagles. And the quarterback Mathis was knocked out early in the game, had an injury. And that pretty much seemed to seal the fate for the Raiders. They just could not overcome that player deficit. And they finished by losing that game 6-0. Wade, it is a gorgeous night, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful out tonight. The Knights won the toss, elected to receive. This year they only have one loss this year, Dan. As you said, they won the opening game against I was going to say Fremont, but the Raiders 55-9. Then they beat the Extreme in a high-scoring 49-35 match. Following week beat the Blaze 41-23, and then the Outlaws 41-26 before, unfortunately and surprisingly enough, falling to Lima 35-7.
Safety for the Knights, number 4, Anthony Glover. Number 23, Parnell Braswell.
Kenny Morissetti is the voice you hear from the speaker's booth tonight, so you'll hear him in the background occasionally. Wade, it is a beautiful night, though, to play football, isn't it?
It was a lot better than it was this afternoon at the Fremont 7-on-7. We got a partial game in before the Skies and the Lightning opened up for the hour-and-a-half delay, and then finished off. I don't know how the varsity finally finished, but the JV went undefeated.
Okay.
And it looks like the field's nice and dry down there, Dan.
Yes,
I was out there walking around it, and it drained off nicely.
This new field that was just put in last year is really in good condition. This is Saturday, July, and you guess what the date is?
11th.
11th. July 11th. We're in the middle of July almost already, Wade. We're going to have to be thinking about high school football here pretty soon.
Well, I'm already thinking about it with the boy playing football already in 7-on-7s.
Well, we already did that SLL SBC All-Star game earlier this year.
The returns picked up. Looks like number 4, Anthony Glover. Boy, I remember that name, and watch these moves, Dan. He's going to get downfield, gets down around the 45-yard line.
27-yard.
I always wonder what happened to him after played for me.
Knights ball, first and
Well,
10
he took off for
at the
a few years, and I
44.
think then he got hurt when he first came back out, and now he's just now getting back this season.
That brings the ball up to the 44-yard line. A lot of things happen here in Northwest Ohio in sports this year. Of course, one of the things that's going to change next year is changes with the Greater Buckeye Conference losing a couple of teams. And a couple of teams will be moving. Sonesta is going to move to another conference, and Napoleon is going to move to another conference.
Ross hopefully doesn't end up having to go independent, because that's not a fun deal. They did sign a one-year contract with the Michigan team this year. Hand off to the running back, first man through the hole. That's number 20, Eddie Tolles.
11-yard pickup on the play.
Nice big pickup and first
Brings up the
down.
Knights first down.
Nico still hasn't been right.
Nice lineup with the pro set. Handoff goes to Tolles again up the middle, and he's going to be hit around the 38-yard line and
Short
thrown back.
pickup on the play.
That guy's number 13, Wade.
Second and 6.
Number 13 is Mike Paradiso.
20 years old. Be on
Yeah.
this side.
So double tight set. Little swing pass out in the flat to number 30.
1-yard
Travis,
pickup on the play.
is that Summerall?
3rd and 4, Knights.
It's going to be
Yes.
Roster's just a little blurry. I know.
It brings up a 3rd down and 5. 3rd down and 5 from the 39-yard line.
We have Tarnell Braswell split down the near side. And they're going to hand off again to Tolles. Oh, wait, that's number 20? Yep, Tolles, as I said, and he fumbles it out.
Fumble on the
Raiders
play.
are going to recover it.
Number 4.
And number 4 is Sylvester McSwain down there
Raiders
for the
ball.
Raiders.
1st and 10.
Knight's trying to say the ball was down, and refs are saying
He
nope.
was close, but I don't think his knee was down. I think he was still struggling.
Looks like Mike Paradiso. Is that number 13, Dan? And a quarterback.
That's what it says.
And they're going to run the little wide receiver screen down here to 28.
7-yard pickup on the play.
And that was number 9.
Number 9 is
Brings
Courtney
up Raiders
Downard, and he was
second
brought
down.
down by Michael Greenlee, number 1. Oh, I got Paradiso in this one is
Gary
13.
Carter is 13. That's what we're told now. And 43 is Paradiso, correct?
I got to get a roster adjustment.
No gain on the play.
That's your program. So Kerry Carter in at quarterback, not Paradiso. The program I had was not right,
And
but
the
we're
one
getting it
that-
fixed now.
The one that the owner, Tiffany, gave us was right.
43
And
is
little wide receiver around to Courtney Downer, number 9, and he's going to get out across the 45 for first down.
That voice you hear in the background, that gentle, rather demure feminine voice, is Tiffany Turner, one of the owners, with her husband,
43
Tommy.
is Mike Paradiso. He's
How's
down
Tom-
grade
Raiders
30.
first?
How's Tommy doing?
He's still injured. He's down there. He's bummed.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Number 41, which is supposed to be my husband, is our head coach, Tony Bruder.
Hey, we're getting toward the end of the season, or the middle of the season. You gotta.
Well, I
Make
got it all
subs.
changed today on the roster that I sent in, but
Okay, we'll put that roster away then. Steal Dan's. So 4 wide receivers. Roll out. Got nowhere to go. He's just going to tuck it and run. That's Carter. Oh, he has two defenders run into each other and blasts ahead and picks up a first down. And we have a man hurt for. Oh, no, he's up. Big number 72, John Timmons. Got a little gimp in his walk there trying to get back to the huddle.
oh yeah, he just
4 receivers, 2 up top, 2 down below. Aldridge in the slot down low. They're looking for him, but he's getting pressured all over and just dumps it out of bounds.
Pass intended for number 7, Johnny.
Aldridge runs that route perfectly right into the sideline where he catches the ball out of bounds.
You know, there's always discussion about Johnny Aldridge's last name. It's Alridge, but there are a lot of people who like to say Aldrich or Aldridge, and even people who've known him for years and years say Aldridge, but it is Aldridge. But somebody will still probably say Aldridge up here, right?
It's just Johnny. So Carter back to pass, gets a lot of pressure from the backside and brought down. Number 44
Sacked in the backfield.
is
4-yard loss.
Andre Olvera. I hope I get these gentlemen's names right.
We have just under 10 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. There is no score. Northwest Ohio Raiders recovered a fumble
when our player
and have moved
that
about
normally washes our jerseys quit
20
on
yards,
us.
almost 20 yards
Left the jerseys
in
on
the
the front
ensuing
porch and
series.
left the
Coming up with a
jerseys laying
third
on the
down here. Wide
Nice.
receivers left and right, 2 to the near side, twins to the near side.
I'm not too happy with him right now. He's a friend of ours.
Carter back to pass, he dumps it off. Oh, high pass, in and off the fingertips of Jonathan Carter.
Complete.
Had nice coverage out there by Anthony Glover, number 4. 3.
It'll be Tarnez.
Back deep. Number 4, Anthony Glover. Number 23
Braswell and
for that,
Glover back deep,
Braswell.
return this punt. Not sure who's punting, can't get that number out there yet. That's big number 2, Jason Zaitis. And he's going to kick it over to the track. And it's going to be marked right around the 33-yard
1st and
line.
10, Knights.
Oh my God, I'm
The
deaf.
referee tonight is Mark Larrick. The back judge, Tom Hudson. Head linesman is Steve Goodhand. Line judge is Jeff Brooks. And the umpire is Dave Hostler. That's a pretty good crew. I've seen them before.
Handoff goes to Tolles again off the left guard, and I don't know, what's he get, about 2-3 yards?
5-yard pickup on the game.
You know, the Knights have some beef up front. 70 and 68. What does it
Brings
say
up the
about them there,
Knights,
Wade?
2nd and 6.
Can you read that, or you want me to read it for you? Wade's getting old. He has a hard time reading.
Well, I don't even have a 70. So I think you're looking at 78.
I think I'm looking at 78.
Well, I have for the front line, I have Chris Wiley, John Timmons, Taro
78 is Kyle.
Vilalovis, I think, Lawrence Townsend, and Fat Kyle Williams, and they're all, let's see, 303, 280, 282, 330, 275, and 375 pounds. That's some big old run the ball beef.
Brings up the Knights' first down.
23 gets a first down off
Bigger for you to
across.
look at this one.
We're just
Yeah.
about to, I guess it just is over the 50-yard line.
Oh, yeah. Here. So number 7, Corey Minifield, comes up under center.
7:52 to play first quarter, no score.
Tolles back, running the sweep right. Got big old 35 front, cuts it back inside. He's got a way to go, but we're going to get us a clip out here around the 46-yard line.
Pickup on the play. There's a flag down. Holding on the offense.
And that holding's going to bring it back. Nice run, negated. Ball's back at the 40-yard line. Knights are now facing first and 20.
New running back there in the backfield, Dan, but I didn't quite get his number. And they're going to do the end around. Nice play, beautiful call, perfect timing, nice blocking out here by the receivers. And number 23, Tarnez Braswell, comes off the end and picks up 6 after he ran about 50 to get
Brings
there.
up a second down.
Second down, 3.
Oh, a little play action to the running back, and they're going to go downfield, and he's got his man behind the D, and that's number 30, Travis Sumrow, on the burning of Sylvester McSwain. If he wouldn't have fell down, he'd have had 6, Dan. He had him by a good 5 yards easy.
First down, Knights.
Corey Minifield up under center, hands to the big fullback, and he gets met right at the line of scrimmage. He might,
No gain on the play.
I don't know, looked like he might have jammed ahead there to about a
It's
yard.
number 35, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Number 35, Lewis Smith, the fullback.
What is he, about 200, 220?
We have 5'8", 220. Nice guess. Out of Toledo Star High School.
Star always has had such a good baseball team.
I even see a name on the roster, Dan, that I know,
Oh, yeah?
from Fremont. Fremont St. Joe. We got Paul Lighty. They call him Old Man.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he is old.
I know. So I said, I know who he is. I look for Mr. Tolles to get the ball on this play on the 2nd and 9. And, they play action. The defense thought the same thing and was all over it. Oh, nice pass into the end zone. And I can't get that number. Can you get it, Dan?
23.
23. Tarnez Braswell on the touchdown.
Yes, 23, yeah.
Can't see who he went over down there.
Braswell on the reception.
Well, they had me fooled on that one, Wade. And you'll be able to tell that when you look at the camera later, look at the video later. But
Well, I'm just trying to figure out who he jumped over, if that's Dana Walker or who's out there at DB.
I think it's number 4 who's going to kick. Is that correct?
Still trying to get the
3, I'm sorry, number 3. Number 4's holding.
fake.
Is it a fake or a fumble?
He fakes it and he gets the
Oh.
ball across the plane, and they're going to say no.
No. 26.
2-point conversion
26
failed.
smacked him, Wade.
Well, number 26 is Aaron DeAnda, and he's also the one that got beat on that pass play, Dan. But he come up, and I was watching through the binoculars there. I thought the ball crossed the plane, but I don't know what you got. Ref standing
No,
right there. We'll go with
He
him.
clearly, I thought he was going to make it. I really thought he was in. In fact, I could project by my eyes that he was just going to run in, but 26 came across and smacked him hard. And it was kind of a blindside hit He just didn't quite see him coming. Anyway, we have 4:43 left to play in the first quarter, and the visitors are up 6-0. Yeah, Wade, you have a 50-50 chance of being right on that one, whether he was in or not. Maybe I can slow it down a little bit, you know, when I edit this thing. This is Dan Henning with Wade Parker.
How you doing tonight?
Glad to have you here with us. Wade spent the day in the rain watching his son play 7-on-7 football out at Ross High School.
It's all right. We tailgated it, Dan. We had us a nice barbecue going, and
I'm looking for those Clyde barbecues over here this fall. Man, we had some good ones last year.
so Corey Leeser, number 3, to kick off. Nice high kick, but short. Taking around the 25-yard line, and that is number 9, Courtney Downard. And he gets it out to right about the 43-yard line.
Well, and part of that was he didn't pick up his blocker either. He ran around his blocker. You don't want to do that.
Well, Dan, when you don't have any wins, you try to make something happen. That's the stuff you get. You outrun your blockers. You try to get down the field and make the big play. Kerry Carter up under center. Hand off to the tailback. Number 26, and he's down the field. Aaron DeAnda gets drugged down around, I don't know, he jumped down about the 10-yard line. That is number 1, Brandon Davies.
Raiders first and goal.
With the wheels, bring him down at the 6-yard line, 7-yard line. Okay, whichever foot they're going to put it at. So watch for the fade, man-on-man out with Johnny Aldridge out there far side. You'll tell him by the yellow shoe tape on the shoes being covered by Brandon Davies, number 1. But they're just going to do the quarterback draw, and he's going to get absolutely nothing because big number 5, Marty Stevens, was in there, read that play all the way.
Pick up on the play. Brings up Raiders second and goal.
About 3.5 minutes left to play in this first quarter. The Raiders are down 6-0.
Oh, Dan, number 13, the quarterback, Kerry Carter, big 6'2", 250-pounder, didn't fake anybody on that draw and brought down, but he is a big individual. They got him in the program as a tight end.
Second and goal from the 6.
Everybody move but the center. So that's going to move them back. Down here at receiver too, Dan, with Jonathan Carter. He's a 6'6", 192-pound receiver. That's hard to match up with when you got a tall, lanky 6'6" man down there.
We got a 2nd and 11.
I'd still run a slant off to the left. Now they're going to run the quarterback again. He's going to get dropped for a loss again.
Kerry Carter for a short loss on the play.
Now they spread the field a little bit, but you're still running double backs. You can't quarterback draw double back.
Well, as we saw in the last 2 plays, the Knights just bunched everybody up in the middle, and there's no place for the quarterback to go.
Oh, Carter in the shotgun, single setback left. And he's looking on the little crossing route to Johnny now, but a little bit late. He just cuts off the pattern, goes back, and gets the 6 points.
Kerry Carter's pass completed for a touchdown to Johnny.
That's what Johnny does best, is getting out there in the open. He certainly runs the pattern, but if he has to, he'll freelance some.
So number 2, Jason Zaitis, and try the extra point. Johnny Aldridge a hold. Snaps good, ball's down, and the kick is good.
Kick is good.
Well, that was awful low, but it went over, and that means it's a 7-6. Dare I say this? A 7-6 lead for the Raiders with 1:24 to go in the first quarter.
So back deep we have Tarnell Braswell and Anthony Glover.
Number 4, Anthony Glover.
Jason Zaitis to kick off for the Raiders.
Raiders
Short man.
from the west end of the field.
Can't see if a short man down here is 32 or... No, he's going to let it go anyways. And it's going to be picked up by Anthony Glover. They're going to do the reverse on it. He should have kept it. And brought down is Tarnell Braswell.
First and 10, Knights at the 26.
Tried a little trick play there, Dan, that bit him in the butt.
Hey, and I was able to follow it, so that means it didn't fool anybody.
If it didn't fool Dan, then they're not going to follow the special teams, right?
Yes. We have a new ball girl out there. That's Tiffany Turner. Out talking to the official. Where's Tommy? I saw Tommy down on the sidelines earlier. Tommy's been injured since, I think, the first game in the season.
It's right at the 50 there,
Yes,
Dad.
there he is.
49.
My husband Tommy. Tiffany also isn't she like a gold Avon salesperson or something like that? Or
Mary
I better not
Kay.
say that. It's Mary Kay.
Mary Kay.
Mary Kay. I'm sorry. I apologize.
So Minifield up under center, hands off to the tailback. Trying to see which one's in there, but I think it's Tolles again, and
Gary Carter on
he's
the
going to pick
tackle.
up 3 or 4 yards.
Well, and Carter was in there on that tackle, and he was not giving up.
Brings up the night, second down.
He was dragging him all over the place back there. That was kind of an interesting tussle. I was about ready to give him back points on it.
Back points. He don't get points from me unless he's on the ground.
He did. He got him on the ground. It just took him a while to get him there. Almost to the end of the first quarter, 7-6 lead for the Raiders. First lead they've had all season long.
So Corey Minifield up, fullback Lewis Smith up there in front of Tolles. They're going to do a little dump pass to the tight end. Big old 81, if I can turn the page.
Passes to
Luke
Luke
Clemens,
81,
the
Luke
tight
Clemens.
end, and he just drags the
Brings up
player
the
down to the
first down.
47.
He pulled 2 defenders with him.
And with the stride he had, if he'd have broke loose, it'd have been all over.
From the 47-yard line, it is a 1st and 10. As we're down to no time left in the first quarter. And the score is Raiders 7, Knights 6.
So start of the second quarter. Raiders leading 7-6. Not something I thought I'd be saying tonight. Little play action fake. Ball goes downfield and he's going to break off the route. Comes back. Ball, it goes in and off the fingertips of Braswell. Nice coverage down there for.
Second and 10, night.
That was excellent coverage. They were both on him. Both tight. It was what, Braswell and who's number 21, was it? Yeah.
Mike Hadis.
Yeah, they were both down there on top of him, and they had him pushed to the sidelines too, so it would have been difficult for him to come back and grab that ball.
Well, they're playing deep zone on the safeties, and DBs are playing way off the line. It's a good time to run that setup they've been doing and drop that ball back to the tight end again. Because they're only manning up the inside.
Brings up a 2nd and 10 from the 47 on this beautiful Saturday evening.
And they're bringing the linebackers on the blitz. And he hands it. Oh, a new running back. That's not Tolles. That's Eric Robinson. He's going to get off the left side and gets a nice big gain. It's going to bring up a 3rd and, what, about 3?
Brings up the night, 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3, 3rd and 3.5, something like that. Of course, as Larry Jackson has always told us, there are no half yards. So he would probably call that a 3rd and 4.
You know, Dan, I was watching a little Canadian football this week.
Oh, yeah, they were playing.
And I was thinking of your comment a few years ago where we had the ball at the 55-yard line.
I was telling somebody about this week. Same story.
Handoff goes to, oh, ouch. Wasn't Tolles out of the backfield. That was
41.
Robinson, big number 2 again, and he's going to be about a yard short.
Stop short of the first down.
That was number 41, carrying
Brings up the night,
Turner's number.
4th and 1.
That is Tony Bruder. Well, I sure wouldn't be punting in this situation, not with the offensive line that's sitting there on the night side. I think it's about time for Lewis Smith to get him a little fullback blast, Dan.
That makes a lot of sense, especially when you're under a yard away from a first down.
Well, it doesn't hurt that he's only 5'8", but he weighs 220 pounds either.
We've seen some big boys. Remember that Detroit team that came?
Oh, he drawed him off sides, don't even need to.
There's a flag on the play.
Number 75 for the Raiders just gave up a first down, and that is Ezekiel Ford. Oh, and they're going to call, yep, they got it.
Offside.
Encroachment.
Yeah, he started to say,
He ran a legal procedure sign first, and then he's like, "Oh, I did the wrong." Yeah, they're not all with it either. High school games haven't started yet.
well, that's going to be a first down from the 39-yard line. Well, that's one of those mistakes that You hope this early in the game it's not going to hurt you later.
All I can figure is Minifield must have a pretty good hard count down there to suck him. And as I was calling for the last play, Smith got his carry. He's going to get him a few yards before he's thrown down.
Pick up on the play.
That's Kerry Carter again, and
Tackled by
now
Kerry
he's
Carter.
struggling to get up.
Brings up a nice second down.
Yep, he does get up and walk around now.
Tighten that Brown up a little bit. Hand off to Robinson off the left side. Gets a few more yards.
And that's number 41 again.
41
Some good
is
hits.
Tony Bruder. So 3rd and 3 from the 32-yard line. Got to get just barely across the 29 for a first. And handoff goes to the fullback, Tolles, who's usually the tailback, but they stick him in a fullback, blasts ahead and gets the first down.
30, Travis Sunrow.
That's the
Brings
play
up
you
a
were
nice
saying
first
they
down.
should have run, that you wanted them to run earlier when they had that under a yard to go, but obviously they got a first down on the hard count.
Just like the other teams we've done, Dan, they listened to me just about 4 plays later. Kind of like when I coached.
You got to remember, we're always right up here, right? we have the benefit of hindsight and oversight.
And on certain plays, no sight.
That's true.
So Tolles in at fullback, Robinson in at tailback. Pass goes on a little quick slant.
Tripped himself up in the
Pass
spurt.
number 23.
Looked like 23 Braswell again, but he might have twisted a knee on that last cut. He took a funky
Brings up a
little.
nice
When he
second
made that
down.
cut, he just went straight down.
Yeah, that leg didn't look like it bent the right direction.
Well, number 23 is now up and moving off the field. Seems to be doing a pretty good job. I'm sure his coach is glad he's going to. Looks like he'll stay in the game. Second down. And 5. From the 20.
Back with you when I pick up my rosters. Handoff goes to Robinson off the left side. Breaks a few tackles, gets down to around the 11-yard line or so for a first down for the Knights. Minifield barks out the signals, hands off to Robinson, goes off that left
Got
tackle
tripped
again,
up
but
by
tripped.
16.
Tripped up.
And 16 is down. That is Steve Robinson.
Well, he just barely, I don't know how he did it, whether his elbow.
I think he used his head because he looks like he might be knocked out.
He's not moving fast.
Time
Yeah,
on
he's-
the field.
He's out
He's
cold.
moving a little bit. Yeah, he's
Barely.
trying to get
Now
out.
he's moving.
He might have made that tackle with his head.
Lord.
Well, we got him up and walking. Hopefully he knows where he's at and who he is.
Got a 2nd and 8.
Minifield comes up under center. Toes in at fullback. Robinson tailback. Gonna run the sweep right, and Robinson's gonna go get to about the 2-yard line.
6-yard pickup on the
1-yard
play.
line.
Brings up the Knights. First and goal.
I thought he was gonna get that in there, Dan. Somebody came up and saved the touchdown.
From the 1-yard line, and we hear that from the player himself that number 16 just got a hit in the head. That's
So he took the knee to the head, and like I said, he made the tackle with his noggin. Well, handoff goes to Robinson out of the backfield on a little
1-yard
pitch, and he's
loss
going
on
to
the
be
play.
brought down at a loss.
Brings
This
up
is
a
one of those
nice second
situations
goal.
where number 41, who's also the coach for the team and has taken Tommy Turner's jersey to go out and play today, is showing the guys how to do it. He has put in some good hits, had a couple of good tackles, and this one for a loss of 2. Ball back at the 3-yard line where it's 2nd and goal.
I think they should put the beefy fullback, number 35, Lewis Smith, back in and just blast him in there. But they're going to keep Tolles in at fullback. Nothing wrong with using the speed. I like the power running game myself when you're down in the goal line.
Yep, 8:13 to go in this first half.
And he fakes the handoff, little play action, and he's going to keep it. Goes in for 6.
Oh, I thought he was going to pass out here to
Number
number
7 on the
number
carry.
81.
Touchdown Knights.
Corey Minifield takes it in to give the Knights the lead. You know they got to go for 2 now to make it a 7-point game because they missed their 2-point conversion earlier.
12-7 is the score with 7:57 left on the clock here in the first half. Shadow's starting to get a little long. It is almost 8 o'clock on this Saturday, the 11th of July, 2009.
And off the Robinson right side goes walking in untouched, 4-2.
And with 7:54 left to go, it's 14-7 Knights. It's what, number 28 and number 9.
28's Chris Perry. Over there, that's number 9, which is Courtney Downard. And Downard's going to bring it this way, back around, and tries to throw a firearm, but Lewis ain't going to play and just pulls him down at around the 37-yard line.
He was carrying
And
that
that-
ball a little dangerously too, wasn't he?
First down.
That looks like, yeah, you're right, Dan. Is that, yeah, it is 28, okay. For a minute there, I thought it was a 29, but he's going out there right now.
1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
There's a name we haven't called all night, Dan, is number 29's, and normally we call a game, you hear his name the whole game on defense, Ricky England. And he's out here on offense.
Score now 14-7 Knights.
A little fake handoff to the fullback, running the option. Kerry Carter's going to keep it. Looks like he fumbled it, and they're going to call him
Kerry
down
Carter
right at the
ball
first
carrier.
down marker.
10-yard pickup on the play.
And we'll see, it looks like it's a first down, but we'll see what they say.
Well, where it's marked, it's a first.
End zone. It wasn't a long one though.
It is first down.
The
First down,
marker
Raiders.
was to the right of the hash mark, and the ball's just, you know, beyond it. So
Raiders quarterback.
Raiders quarterback.
Called it the ambulance for sure.
From the 47.
And handoff goes to the tailback.
Hold on. No.
I'll let you know who that was here in a second.
Yeah, that was a three piece of bread sandwich there, wasn't it?
That was Aaron DeAnda, the running back.
They were waiting on players. Maybe 20.
So Kerry Carter in the shotgun. Single back DeAnda, or DeAnda, however he pronounces it. And he just made a block that saved his quarterback's butt, and Johnny Aldridge with the reception at the 42-yard line. And that's going to be close to a first down.
Johnny.
I think they're short, but if they,
Aldridge.
Hard for me to understand you.
we'll see how they mark it when he comes across, because that ball was, the tip of the ball was just
First
at the back
down.
of the
First down,
hash.
Raiders.
It looks like it.
And they just moved it ahead a half a yard.
Got up.
4 receivers set. Shotgun, single back. Carter back to pass. And, oh, he just slips an arm tackle. Juking and moving, and he gets drilled down, and that is 50.
Kerry Carter
Should be a
gets taken
flag,
out.
but
There's a flag on the play.
There's a flag. I think it was a late hit.
I think that was Bobby Dodds on the tackle, and then somebody else came in and hit him when he was already on the ground, so that's going to be a 15-yarder.
Personal foul.
Raiders have it.
I don't know who that was that came in late and hit him in the head, but they're going to call that easy. We have a player for the Raiders down, and that is 70. Is that 78, Dan, I think?
I thought it was 78.
Big John Stahl out there. 6 foot, 340 pounds of big.
Now, one of the players who was hurt earlier for the Knights is
that's
now
it.
being carted off.
That's Tarnell Braswell, Dan, the receiver that came across the middle there, and I don't know if he spun his knee or his ankle or what, but he went down in a lump right after he caught the pass. And they are going to take him up for to check him out. So we have a 1st and 10 following the late hit, personal foul. Ball goes up in the air to Aldridge, and he falls down, but it is caught and taken in by number 18, Jonathan Carter for the Raiders. And guess what, Dan? It's now 14-13.
Yeah, that sun was in my eyes as I was turning there. He had 3 receivers that were possible out there. I went to the middle one to try to tape him, but That was down in the left-hand corner of the screen. It was a nice catch, and in for a touchdown to make it 14-13.
Jason Zaitis in, try to tie this game up. Ball's down, snap is bad, and it's going to sneak through.
Good.
I don't know how Johnny got that up off the turf and set up for a kick,
That's
but he
the
got
second
it.
time he's done that, and Johnny's pulled it in and made it helped to make it good. It
But that
ends up the
snap
score
was-
14.
That snap went ugly, though, Dave. Number 82, Rashawn McQueen, back deep on this side, the far side, Anthony Glover. And they're going to squib kick, smart move. It's going to be picked up by number 35, Lewis. And he's breaking tackles. That's that big fullback I was discussing earlier, Dan, and he gets it out to the 47-yard line.
First and 10 from the 47.
5:13 to go here in the half, Dan, and we are tied up.
14 all.
Handoff comes out of the back with Tolles, and he's still going down the field up to about the 40. We're going to get the 42-yard line of the Raiders, and a big first down play.
Burns up the night.
Number 68 for the Knights was he's the kind of guy you like covering your back. He come along the side there and push the defender back a little bit, give a little extra push out of maybe an extra yard or two.
And that is Chris Wiley, 6'3" and 300 pounds of the young man. And they're going to hand off to Robinson again. He goes off left side, breaks tackle, gets down, he goes over his feet and he missed. He's at the 20, to 15, to 10, 5, and he gets met at the 5. And they're going to call some kind of weird penalty, and I'm thinking face mask.
No, behind that it was I think it was a block in the back.
Okay, you saw that? Because I didn't see it.
It sure looked like it. We'll see what he says.
I just saw once he got it wrapped up, I saw the flag come out. I thought maybe they reached up and grabbed his face.
Yeah, he's pointing to the spot where I thought it was. We'll see what he says.
Yeah, it's coming back from that spot, though. Nullifies a great run inside the 5, but it's still going to be marked off from the spot, so it's still going to be great field position and a
There was
first
a block
down.
on the back, of the player who eventually pulled him down.
One, two, three. 10-yard penalty brings it. The 10-yard penalty brings it back to the 17, Dan, and still a first down. It's not the 4 or the 3-yard line, but
at the Raiders 17.
still have 4:19 to go, and timeout by the Raiders.
Timeout Raiders.
Play.
4:19 to play in the first half. This is tied at 14.
So, get her all straightened out. First 10 from the 18. Handoff goes Robinson left side. It's been working for him good. And he's going to pick up about 3 yards,
Short pickup on the play.
maybe 4.
Well, that was
Brings up the night, 2nd and 7.
29 out there, wasn't it?
That would be Ricky England.
Yeah.
Not used to not calling his name this much, Dan. So we have Knights in a spread, single back, shotgun. Minifield barks it out, little play action. Oh, he's going for the fade, nothing there. Rolls out, comes back the other direction, and I'm not sure who wasn't supposed to be paying attention, but neither one of them were. It's going to fall incomplete, bring up a third down. Well, they only got to get to the just shy of the 8-yard line for a first down. Well, I bet Tolles gets this out of the backfield, Dan. Little pitch action to the right. Oh, they're going to play action, even go to the out pass. Nice catch out there. And he is in. Number 81, Luke Clemens, the big tight end with the touchdown.
21.
Is that 21?
81.
That's what I thought. I was right. I could have swore he said 21. But the big tight end making another statement catch.
Got a player down for the Raiders.
Number 21, Mike Hadis, was the injured player up and coming off the field. They were rubbing on his shoulder. And I'm not mistaken, he's the one that little 6 foot, 175 pounder tried to bring him down to 6'2", 230 pound tight end there at the goal line and lost that battle. And we have a 20-14 lead. They are lining up for two, spread formation. Shotgun with Eddie Tolles at the single set on the left. And Tolles gets it right and does not get in.
Number 20 stops short of the two-point conversion.
That was pretty much the whole interior line there for the Raiders, pulling them down. Especially, what, 74 and the quarterback 13?
I do believe so. Well, the thing is, Dan, they spread the field. They did all the right things to make that play actually work, but the Raiders were not falling for it. Had the linebackers inside, and they plugged all the holes. The only thing that would have worked is he'd have bounced it out.
Mark Smanchik pairs up with Kerry Carter to stop that two-point attempt, so the score remains 20-14 with 3:18 to play in the first half.
Back deep, we have Courtney Downard and Chris Perry. One man short on the Raiders again. He comes running out in the field. Long driving kick. Downard's going to get this return again. Is it 20, 25? And blocking the back out here on the side. No flag. They come down the sideline, get out of bounds. The ref stood right there and watched him drill him in the back and called nothing. So 1st and 10 for the Raiders from their own 48-yard line. And little play action to the fullback, option out to the right. Pitch one, I think that's Chris Perry run the ball, and he gets smoked down after a 1-yard carry.
2nd and 10.
Well, that was number 4 again, the receiver,
Number 4, Anthony Glover.
and he was not fooled.
He's one of those DB / receivers aren't afraid to hit either.
Well, see, that's also a situation where on the defensive side, as you well know, you tell a player what he's supposed to do, and if he does it, nobody's going to get loose.
Exactly. If you do your assignment and make the tackle or keep your man busy while somebody else makes, that's what you're supposed to do, just whether or not you do it.
And doing that job, sometimes you can get yourself in trouble by freelancing a little bit and thinking you know where it's going to go.
Oh, they're going to run that little wide receiver around again, and Knights didn't fall for it, and the ball gets stripped out and recovered by the Knights. And that was a beautiful play down there, and big number 99, Isaac Zaxby II. And Dan, how's this for a build? 5'9", 300 pounds.
Wow. Well, you remember earlier in the game when I mentioned that Downard was carrying that ball so
Player
loose.
hurt.
He was carrying that ball so loose, he was carrying it way out at the end of his hand.
Timeout on the field.
And we have another Raiders player hurt.
Well, it looks like the quarterback, Kerry Carter, is being slowly helped up, and that does not help the Raiders' cause at all. Down by just 6 with 2:12 to go in the first half. And we know what's happened in the past. When they lose their quarterback, then the Raiders struggle to come back, maintain their level of play.
Well, they've already lost one quarterback this year, Dan, Anthony Mathis, who I know well. And then now you're going to lose Kerry Carter. If I'm not mistaken, we're going to see Johnny Aldridge in here quarterback, unless they have someone else.
And Johnny's desperately needed on the receiver core.
Well, they have Downer down at quarterback. They have Sattler down at quarterback. They had Levy down at quarterback. And they don't have Johnny down at quarterback, but we all know he does play it. Well, Kerry Carter up and walking off the field on his own power, holding, I don't know what he's holding, just holding on to his pads. I'm not sure what they were looking at.
He's pulling his pads, but he looked like he was favoring his left shoulder.
But we won't have to worry about quarterback here for a while because the Knights did strip that ball out and recovered. I did miss who recovered, but like I said, big old 99 down there. Isaac Saxby is the one that knocked it loose.
For the first and 10 from the 40.
And the handoff goes to Robinson left side. He's got a hole. He breaks it. He broke through and got pulled down. Looks like that out there, Dan. Number 26, Aaron DeAnda with the touchdown saving tackle. And we have another Raider getting up extremely slow.
Do you boys need water or what?
Well, that's the coach there, that stepped in, Tony Bruno, number 41, getting up slow.
Keep in mind that Carter was also playing on the defensive side of the ball, so with him out
That's where he is right now, Dan.
on defense, he's taking off his equipment, isn't he?
And he's probably looking over going, man, that's why I went back to
Defense.
coaching.
First down, Knights.
Of course, this close to the half, I don't blame him for taking that equipment
Well,
off.
Dan, they caught a holding on the defense. It's going to be a first down at the 22-yard line for the Knights, who already have a 20-14 lead here at the 2-minute warning.
Well, they're not going to have a 2-minute warning.
Well, it's still considered a 2-minute, and the clock is running. And the side judge over here, Dan's like, wait a minute here, we're supposed to have a 2-minute warning.
It is 20 to 14, brother.
2-minute warning on the field.
And the score is
There's a lot of people not
Knights
here, Dave.
20, Raiders 14.
Yeah, he's gone. He was taken out on the stretcher.
So 20 to 14, we have a 1st and 10 for the Knights. Robinson's going to take it off the left side and gets met after about a 3-yard gain and dropped, and that looked like Ricky England down there with a beautiful form tackle.
We do, yes, because we forced the ball.
Put the shoulder in, grabbed the leg, pick him up, drop him.
On one play and ran it in himself.
What we have? 3 wide receivers.
4 wide receivers.
Four, yes.
The tight end standing out there in the left slot. And they were looking, but they run the quick slant, and that is number 30, Travis Summerall with the catch inside the 5 down to the 3-yard line for 1st and goal.
Brings up the Knights 1st and goal.
When Corey ran it in. These guys,
Clock's running with under a minute to go in the first half. It is 2014. Knights over the Raiders.
Knights do have all 3 of their timeouts, and they're going to try to run off the right side, and that is number 2 again, Robinson.
Short gain on the
He's going to
play.
get down to about the 1-yard line, but they need to call a timeout. There's 38 seconds to go here in the half,
to be honest,
and they
Timeout,
do.
Knights.
And that's what the Knights do. Timeout leading 20 to 14.
it was
Robinson, the lone setback, and he's going to get the ball left side, follows his tackle, and goes in for 6.
Robinson for the score. Touchdown, Knights.
Eric just
That was an easy call, wasn't it, Wade?
Sure was. Just fouled that big old left tackle out there. I think it's 69.
seconds left in the first half.
Let me look, see what his number is. 68. Chris Wiley is who he fouled.
Okay. All right, honey.
Oh, he's a guard, I think.
Looks like they're actually.
But no, he is a 57's a tackle.
57's the tackle, 68's the guard.
So 57 is Joseph Shetler, 6'6", 330. That's not a bad twosome to follow into the end zone.
They made Cookie dress.
And we are going for the extra point. Snap kick is
It's
no
low.
good. Oh, they're going to say it went through. I thought it went around the side, but we are
Just went
good.
over. 30 seconds left to play in the first half. And the Knights are up 27-14.
So Perry and Downard back deep for the Raiders. Return the kickoff by
Your players aren't here. Your
number 3, Corey Leeser.
are winning.
Down by 13 points.
He's a 5'7", 155-pound kicker from Anthony Wayne High School. Going to be taken by Downard off the right side, cuts back to the middle as usual, and brought down, fumbles the ball. But luckily falls on it because I'm thinking, is that 35 over there?
First and 10
Let me look here for a
Raiders
second
at the
now.
35.
Pull your jersey down. It's 50-something. He just missed him, Dan, and came back when that ball bounced and hit the turf. He was heading in there until Downard fell back on it. I think it's 50-something. It's 50-something. I can't read it.
I think
58.
I think they have Downard's number because they reach out for that, where he holds that ball loose in his left hand.
Well, that was
That's the last 2 times.
58 out there playing. I've been saying 59, so I don't know who he is for sure. I got a 57 and a 59, but I don't have the 58 on my rosters. So I just been saying it's number 59, so hopefully no, 59's over here, so who's 58?
Got me.
He almost had a fumble recovery despite the fact, and the Raiders have the ball at their own 35-yard line. And it looks like Carter's back and feeling better because he comes down the field, runs out at the 39-yard line.
Have a 58?
There's no 58 on either one.
18 seconds left to play in the first half. Raiders down by 13. 27-14.
Carter back looking downfield. They got single coverage on everybody, manned up with the free safety, and nobody can get open. And Carter has to take it and get slammed down at the 38-yard line with 11.2 to go here, Dan.
Timeout Raiders.
Well, when you have 3-on-2 out there in that secondary.
Plus, they're playing great man up. They're coming up, and even Johnny can't get loose. Jonathan Carter standing way out. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, which is Johnny Aldridge. Carter back in the shotgun, drops back, looking, they're going to run the wide receiver screen. No, he's not, he's going deep, and it's well covered out there by Anthony Glover, who gets the interception. Tips it to himself, 40, he's at the 50, he's down to the 40, 35, gets a block, 30, 25, down to the 20 before he's brought down. Anthony Glover runs the half out, and you know he was looking for 6, Dan.
The first half of play.
And we finished the first half.
Knights 27,
Knights
Raiders
27 and the
14.
Raiders 14. We are back, and Wade, look at that sun. That is a bright sun shining right into the eyes of the Raiders as they begin the second half, trailing 27-14.
That's all right, I'll pass looking at it. I like my retinas.
It is a beautiful night, though. Gorgeous night. I was talking to Kerry Carter. He got a stinger in his left shoulder. That's where he was. That's why he came off. He's down there talking to his cute young daughter, his number 1 cheerleader. I think Rainey's son is one of the ball boys down there, doing a pretty good job hustling around, keeping track of things. That's what Tiffany Turner tells me.
Oh, Corey Leeser kicking off for the Knights. Low driving kick, gonna be taken. Oh, bounces over the short man and beyond the deep man. Courtney Downer picks it up, comes to the left again. He loves coming left for some reason. And he gets outside. He's at the 40 before he's knocked out around the 43-yard line.
Courtney Downer.
And that's number 21 for the Knights, Deontay Lewis, with the tackle. And we have a flag back at the 25-yard line. And that's going to go against the Raiders. Block, yeah, I saw it, but I didn't think they were going to call it. It looked pretty clean, but he did go low. That was one of those, they couldn't tell if he had that side angle or straight on, and they were going to call it.
That's Mark Larrick, the referee.
And that's going to go 15 from there, because that should be marked as a personal foul. Nope, no personal.
Block below the waist on the Raiders.
And he's going to place it about the 29, almost the 30.
Well, he threw the flag at the 25. It should be marked from
First
there.
and 10 Raiders at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
Looks just like him.
Yep, there's 2 Anthony's, a Eddie, and I don't remember the 4th.
So carry in under center, and he's going to hand off to his running back. That's number 26, Aaron Deonda.
Play.
Or Deonda. Deonda. We'll go with that one.
Raiders.
So Deonda in the backfield. Not sure, but looks like Bruder is the fullback. I thought he came out and changed up, but he didn't. They're going to hand it off to Deonda, and he gets drilled down. No.
Backfield for a short loss.
Fullback was Matt Ullman, number 11.
3rd and long Raiders.
Well, that was big number 99. We haven't said much about him tonight, but he was in on that tackle.
Oh, Isaac
Shot
Zaxby.
right in there.
He's the one that caused that fumble there in the
Yes,
first half.
that's right. That's right. What's his height and weight?
He is 5'9", 300 pounds.
I'll
He
tell
looks a
you,
little taller than 5'9", but until he stands next to
but
77
he
right
looks,
there.
it does look over 300 pounds.
But when he stands next to 77 down there, Chris Townsend, he's 6'4", 275. He's a big individual himself. A little confusion on who's supposed to be slot and who's a split here. Shotgun. And, oh, he's got nowhere to go with it. He's being chased out of the pocket. Oh, nice tackle. He grabs the quarterback and the ball. That's number 44, Andre Olvera. He read that all the way, came up and made the perfect tackle to grab his arm so he couldn't dish the ball off or throw it out of bounds, and got a nice sack out of it.
Well, that brings up a 4th down, and this is actually one of the worst drives by the Raiders tonight. 'Cause we haven't seen too many punts, have we?
No, we haven't. And trying to see who they ran in there, but they did run Zaitis in the kick. Saw Johnny do a bunch of kicking last season.
Yeah, they needed one more player.
The snap, oh, nice rush on the ball. Almost got a hand on it. And it's going to drop down. That was number 47 for the Knights.
30-yard punt on the play.
Oh, I'm going to take a stab at this for Sam's last name.
Brings
It's
up the Knights.
Onabugu.
47-yard
I
line.
can't say it right.
Onabugu. We're going to go with Onabugu or something like that. Dan, you get it.
Unabogo.
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 So 1st and 10 for the Knights from the 47-yard line. Handoff goes off the left side to Tolles, and he's going to get buried after about a 1-yard
Wrapped
gain.
up.
Looks like
74, wasn't it?
74 and 27 out there, and 27 is Sean Brown,
Brings
and
up the Knights. 2nd down.
you know 74's pronunciation better than me, so I'm just going to take a stab at Zminzak.
Yeah. It's
Zimzak?
yeah, Simchak. Yeah, SZYMCZAK, Zimchak.
Okay,
Zimchak.
I'll take your word for it.
We'll try it. We'll leave it at that. If he wants to change it, he give us a call.
Little quick play action. Oh, and he rifles it over the middle. Tight end got burnt gloves on that one.
England.
Luke Clemens just got his hands up, and that ball came so fast there was no stopping it. He just got real lucky that didn't get picked because the Raiders are playing a deep zone on every play right now, and that could have went to anybody.
11:37 to play third quarter. 27-14. Knights over Raiders.
3rd and 8, man. Raiders still playing back. They're playing man outside in deep zone with the 2 deep safety, and he's going to throw it underneath for a 1st down, and that's caught out there by number 81, the big tight end again, Luke Clemens. And for the 3rd time tonight, they needed a big play out of the young man, and he gave it to him. So 1st and 10 for the Knights, 27-14 lead, just inside 11 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Handoff goes to Tolles off the right, and he goes way down the field for a nice little diving tackle into his legs. I'm trying to see who that was. That was number 13 out there, Kerry Carter, coming up to save a touchdown again. So 1st and 10 from the 18. And Tolles gets the handoff again. He goes inside, gets down to around the 10 before he's wrapped up by numerous different black jerseys. But Carter was the main one in there, number 13 again. So 2nd and, what we got, about 3 there, Dan?
I believe so. Short 3.
And a little play action to Robinson, and
Wide
they
open.
throw it out there again, Dan. That big Luke Clemens once again.
Well, that's the
2nd
second time.
touchdown of the night, and I'm surprised they didn't throw the flag.
And that's the 2nd time in this drive that he was wide open. Nobody on him.
Well, you know the refs want to get out of here tonight too, Dan, because he scored that for a 2nd time of the night. He stopped. He did his little, I'm going to bowl the ball, and got it way down the track, and I'm way away from the official, and no celebration penalty. So Corey Lee,
pull a pin out and write his name on it.
yep. Corey Leeser in for the extra point again, and the last one he made was ugly, but counted. And this one isn't much prettier, but it's good also.
Kick is good.
And we move up to 34-14 in favor of the Northwest Ohio Knights over the Northwest Ohio Raiders.
Carrying down her deep, back deep again for the kickoff for the Raiders. Looks like 27 over here, Sean Brown, along with number, is that 2, Zaitis, or is that Scott, number 3? Back here, they're gonna come back a little deeper to try
That's
to
Zaitis, number 2.
try to set up a little bit better return, even though they've been returning pretty much, outside of their own 40. At least they're gonna try and drill this ball. No, they're going to do a straight high up, trying to get a non-return or a turnover, and they're going to get it. They got it, Dan. It touched a Raider player, and two white jerseys dove in. And I'm trying to see if that's 57. I'm not sure, but somebody got down there in a hurry and covered that ball. Nope, that is 32. Number 32 for the Knights, who now that Calhoun is wearing 58, I have no clue who 32 is. Well, you said Jeremy Calhoun is wearing 58 now,
Got
so
a
who's
flag,
wearing
though.
32?
Got unsportsmanlike.
Oh God, I'll find
There's a flag on the play. Offset penalties.
Unsportsmanlike on both teams, probably, Dan?
I believe so.
fighting in the pile.
Well, that's a given. That's why you offset them. 52 was in there, and that is Rashawn McQueen that went flying down there and dove under that pile to get the ball. Now he's out here at split. I would have tried to get him the ball, but they're going to hand it off to Robinson out of the backfield, and he's going to blast ahead for, I don't know what, about 11 yards? That looked like a 3 when he come out of the pile, Dan.
He's going to have a first down.
Well, I was going to give you a little breakdown there a minute ago, Dan. If you noticed, Tarnell's Braswell, he went out there in the second quarter, and I think they took him in to look because he took a shot to the kidneys. We thought maybe it was a knee.
They're still waiting.
And they're still waiting. But if you notice, Dan, the passing game really hasn't taken much of a beating with him out. He was one of their best receivers there until he got hurt. But Luke Clemens, the tight end, has moved out the slot, and he's just been lighting the Raiders up this evening.
Well, there's a flag down there. It's a toss-up for me. I didn't see who it was.
That's usually going to be a holding when it's that close to the line of scrimmage.
They're gonna call it on 78 on our side.
Holding, offense.
But Chris Townsend out here lining up on the O-line. 77 for the Raiders comes in on a nice hard streak, and they throw the ball out in the flat, and that is number 30, Sunrow, with a nice catch.
That pass is complete to number 30.
Well, they're running those nice out and in, quick shots. And that's what's giving them the yardage against the Raiders. Although a couple of them, the one, not the last one that 81 ran it, but the prior one, he ran out quite a distance, but he just did a little nice quick cutback and left his defenders out running him. Left himself open.
Well, Dan, I thought you were on the Knights side, but you were showing number 77, Tom Wildman, there for the Raiders, 6'3", 328. And he's just coming off that end fierce every time. They just can't get into the backfield for anything. And this time, Lewis Smith, the big fullback that I was liking earlier, gets the carry and gets another first down for the Knights.
6:54 to go in the third quarter, 34-14, Knights over Raiders.
Corey Minifield in the shotgun, fake to Lewis, throws a little quick slant, and that is number 30, if I'm not mistaken again, and that is Travis Summerall, and that's going to be a touchdown, but we have
They
a
had a flag back here because I believe there was movement up on the line.
Probably illegal procedure.
Maybe that's not what they're calling, but it sure seemed like it was.
Face mask. We're going to call a face mask on the defense. That'll be declined. Oh, no, on the offense.
On the offense, touchdown will stay good.
So they'll mark it off on the extra point or on the kickoff. So they want the penalty on the kickoff.
Yeah, that's what he says on the kickoff.
Correction, face mask on the defense.
Offense.
Offense, I think.
I'll get it.
I don't know, he said the offense before.
It is.
Kick is good.
Another one's good.
Mask penalty will be marked on the kickoff.
40-14. With 6:39 to go in the third quarter, the Knights leading the Raiders. Now we got the same setup here in the receiver, or in the core that's back to receive.
Well, there's only 10 on, but now Johnny's coming out to about the 20-yard line. Just walking around. Another high kick, trying for the same thing again. This time they catch the ball and bring it up the middle to about the 34-yard line. Couldn't see who it was.
Short return on the play.
27.
Number 27 for the Raiders, and that is Sean Brown.
1st and 10 Raiders.
So 1st and 10 with 6.5 to go in the third quarter. Raiders trailing 41-14 to the Knights. Knights come in with a nice game plan tonight, and it's working efficiently. And Kerry Carter rolls out, gets it downfield to Johnny Allridge. He's got a blocker, and he outruns the blocker, trying to cut back, make something big happen. And he's finally brought down around the 21-yard line by number 0, Michael Greenlee.
Raiders trailing 41-14, 5:39 left to go third quarter.
Kerry Carter in, throws a little wide receiver screen out in the flat, gets across the 20 down in around the 19 or so, and I think that was Johnny Allridge on the catch. And I am right. Brings up a 2nd down. So 2nd and about 7 for the Raiders. Carter back pass, he's looking Johnny's way again, and he's being held up by his jersey. Carter breaks it off the right, cuts back in from 15 to 10, down to about the 7-yard line before he's tackled by a host of defensive backs.
Picks up a Raiders.
Well, Dan, as you were saying off air here a little while ago, this is the first time that the Raiders have even moved the ball more than a couple downs since Carter got hurt earlier. And he must have had a nice speech with him or something, because they got a nice spark and they're moving down the field. And he's doing it with his feet and his arm. And we're going to get probably a holding on the defense. And he's pointing at 21 or 42. I don't know who, but they're going to call it. They're going to call defensive holding. I know 42 down there is throwing his arms all over. And that's Preston. And that's Preston Lucas. And we have another
defensive holding.
We have a Rebels player or Raiders player down on the field, and he's just all sprawled out, arms and everything.
He's knocked out.
They just said he's knocked out.
Well, he's holding his arm kind of off to one side, or up on his stomach rather.
I don't know who it is.
That particular player. We're not sure who it was exactly yet.
Well, handoff goes to the running back out of the backfield, and I can't see the number.
27.
And that is number.
Sorry, it's not 27. It's
26, Deanda.
6. Yeah, 7 looks so much like a 6, doesn't it? Sorry about that. 41-20 now.
Dominic said if they played that song, he'd go down the track and do the dance. I was waiting for him to go running.
Yeah, Dominic is here with us today too. After those 7 and 7s they had today out at Ross High School.
Zaitis in for the extra point attempt, and up through and good.
The kick is good.
And now it is 21 points up there on the board. We have 21 points up there on the board for the Raiders against 41 for the Knights. And Zaitis goes from kicking the extra points to kicking the ball away. 3:44 to go in the third quarter.
And this is going to be a squib kick, if you want to call it that. Lewis is going to pick it up, flick it back to Glover. Glover's got wheels and moves. He's out to the 40, 45, midfield at the 50, 45, 40. Got a blocker. Oh, and he gets drilled at the 30. And that looks like 21 down there. I'm not sure, but Mike Haydes, if that was 21, just smokes him and then talks into his face.
That was him.
1st and 10.
I'll give him credit. He talked crap, but it's the first big hit of the night.
And he's still talking to himself coming off the field.
Well, yeah, because you're down by 20 points. Don't nobody want to hear it. So, they hand off to Robinson left side. He gets to the 30, and he gets knocked right down the line of scrimmage. And coming
Robinson stop short.
Is that Haydes again?
That's 26.
Nope, that's 26. That would be Deanda again. We called Deanda's name a lot tonight. Well, they're going to mark him about a yard short, so it's going to bring a 2nd and 11. He's looking for his big tight end again, and I'm thinking he got him. Yes, he did. Once again, Luke Clemens with another "we need your help" catch, and he brings it down and comes close to first down. And he's going to get it.
First down.
Down at the 19-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line for the Knights. And they're going to throw this down and touchdown. And that ball is caught by,
Touchdown Knights.
is that a 38 or 36?
36.
That is number 36 for the Knights, and that is Marquise Battle. First time I've called his name all night. So Leafs are in for the extra point. Oh, they come in to block, and he pulls his leg and tries anyways, but it gets knocked down. And guess who blocks it, Dan?
Was that
Jason
45?
Zaitis, the kicker for the other, for the
Number
Raiders.
2.
So kicker blocks kicker. Call that checkmate?
I guess. Under 2 minutes left to play third quarter. Knights are up 47-21.
So Leafs are in to kick the ball off again. This time he puts a high kick down the field to about the 30, dropped, and then picked up. Can't see who's got it, but he ain't gonna get very far. He gets drugged down, and I think for the first time tonight I get to call number 17 on the tackle, Corey Hicks.
And number 9 was
Another Anthony Wayne prodigy.
Downard, pulls it in, picked it up and ran with it. Just a wonderful cool breeze coming in. 1:53 to play third quarter. Raiders down 47-21.
Back to pass. He sidearms one down here on the sideline to
We had
number 18, and that is Jonathan Carter.
Sent for Jonathan Carter.
number
incomplete.
4
Brings up Raiders second
for
down.
the Raiders was held up
Oh, McSwain.
at about the 45-yard line. The defender stood right in front of him and held him up, but there was no call down there.
So Kerry Carter in the shotgun, looking for that. Oh, they faked the wide receiver screen, and they're going to throw the double pass with Allridge. He's going to put up a lame duck, and it's going to get picked off. I'm trying to see who that is. Number 0 out there, and that is Michael Greenlee with the interception. Are they going to call it incomplete? They're calling that incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Down with it.
Third down Raiders.
And I don't know who will, well, I know who it is over there, but one of the Knights players is saying something to the official, and the official just turned around and pointed at him. And
Quarterback.
I can almost tell you,
Not a shut up.
I can almost tell you what the official said. Shut up or I'll throw a flag.
Clock is stopped at 1:38 in the third quarter.
So Carter back to pass, getting the pressure brought on him, pulls it down. He's going to have to run because they were coming in from both directions. And 91,
5-yard pickup on the play.
try to turn my page here, big
Brings up Raiders
91.
fourth down.
So we got
Another one of those names, Dan.
fourth and
Andanaki, I'm going to call him. Came in and he flushed him out of the pocket and chased him down. If he'd have cocked his arm one more time, he could have took the ball right out of his hand. So we have a 4th and 5.
Timeout Raiders.
And
Four and a
Raiders
half.
going to call timeout because they took so long trying to decide what they were going to do on this play. We have 39.7 seconds left in the third quarter. And Raiders trailing 47-21.
So Raiders have a 4th and 5.
They've got motion all over the place. 18 took off early. We got
Flag on the play. False start offense.
all start going, and that's going to hurt again.
Yeah, that's the way they.
So the Raiders decide to kick this ball away, trailing by 26 points, and we're nearing 35 seconds here to go in the third quarter. It's going to take a Knights bounce and roll back up to about the 38-yard line.
First and
Other people that had to work too.
So first 10 for the Knights from the 38-yard line. We're going to do a little end around. That's 82, Rashawn McQueen, and he's going to get about 2 out of all
third
that.
pickup on the play.
16 pulled him down, and who was it? 20,
We do now.
23 finished him off. 26.
I think so,
26.
but as I said earlier, it's another play where he run 50 to get 2.
We finished 3 quarters of play. Northwest Ohio Knights 47. Northwest Ohio Raiders
That's the end
21.
of the third quarter.
So handoff goes to the new running back. That is number 28, Marquise Kennedy Bay.
Marquise Kennedy Bay was the ball carrier.
Nice, strong
First
pickup.
down.
Clock is running.
1st and 10 for the Knights, just across midfield. And Kennedy Bay takes it again and gets down to around the 40-yard line, 9-yard pickup.
On the carry. 9-yard pickup.
So 2nd and, well, they marked him a yard shorter, so 2nd and 2, and the pass goes over to the big number 81 again, Clemens, and he's going to get another first down.
Brings up the
Well,
Knights
he's just a first down, touchdown machine, isn't he, Dan? Every catch he's made's either been a touchdown or a first down.
And during this drive, you'll notice that the Knights are just moving the ball at will.
Well, if they had a play clock down here actually functioning, because they are at each end of the line, they'd probably run that clock down a lot farther as they went.
Just a little over 13 minutes to play in the game.
And they hand off to Kennedy Bay again. He cuts back inside and gets inside to 30 down. We're going to mark about 25-yard line.
Brings up the Knights 2nd and 5.
So inside 12 and a half to go, 26-point lead for the Knights. They're back, they pass. Oh, he's throwing down the middle and he's got his man. Oh, he just can't get to it. Just out of the fingertip reach of
Brings up the Knights 3rd
Clemens
down.
again.
Yep.
It's Mr. Wildman, 6'3", 328 pounds. He is at linebacker, Dan. You are right, they moved him back. And they hand that off again up the middle, and this time the Raiders were ready. That should bring up a 4th down if I'm not mistaken.
Backfield.
Just over 12 minutes to play in the game.
Brings up the Knights 4th down.
What a beautiful evening. Man.
So Kennedy Bay doesn't get it. They bring Big Lewis back in for fullback. They're going to throw for the first down. Might as well, your field goal kicker hasn't kicked anything that actually looked like it should go through the uprights all night.
Well, he's barely hit it over the...
So I said, they don't even look like they should be going through.
Yeah.
They've been ugly kicks. I don't know if it's a spot or the leg, but they are ugly. So instead of risking it, they're going to let the quarterback take off, and he's going to get the first down. And that is Mr. Minifield. He gets downfield and gets the first down.
First down Knights.
I don't know how you cheat that running, but
7:25 to go in the game. Clock is running.
And it is a 1st and 10 from the about the 17. And handoff goes to Lewis out of the backfield. He might have got a yard or two. Pulls a host of black and purple jerseys with him.
Down.
I think he was pulled down by what, number 71? I believe that's who pulled him.
I'm sorry, black with blue and yellow jerseys.
Yeah.
They changed their color and their numbers caught me off guard. So 2nd and 9, they did give him a yard. 10 and a half to go. He's going to keep it again. He rolls out and he's going to go in the end zone. I don't know. I'm trying to see who came up to try to make the tackle, but he just got killed. And he's laid out. It looked like number 3, Ryan Scott, the kicker, but I can't believe that. So we're going to try and see who's out there, but he tried to come up and keep Minifield from scoring, and he took the worst of that, and he's still laid out.
Well, it looks like Mr. Zaitis is being taken off the field on a board and a stretcher. Took a good hit from the quarterback. We're down to about 10 minutes, 20 seconds left to play in the game. 53-21.
Joe keeps on calling the hospital. She hasn't texted me yet. I wonder if she checked again. I'll have to find out. Alright, I gotta go. I gotta tape again. Alright, bye.
Well, let's see if he gets it over the top of that bar again.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get one across that's actually pretty, because most of them have been pretty.
Hey, all it has to do is go over in between.
The only pretty part about him tonight's been pretty ugly. But this
Ugly
gets
wins
it.
games.
Oh, get the hands on it, and this one goes through even better.
The kick is
Should let
good.
somebody hit it more often.
So we have 54 points up on the board
Knights
for the Knights.
54, Raiders 21.
For the
10
Raiders.
minutes left. And
Looks like Mr. Ulrich has come in to replace Zaitis in that
Oh,
receiving core.
he's been on the last 2 kick returns, Dan. They've been kicking that ball high and short. They want to make sure they got good hands in here. They also have on the same row with him. They got Sean Brown, 27. They got big 18 over there on the far side, about midfield, Jonathan Carter. And I don't know what the penalty was, but they're kicking off from the 15-yard line, so it had to have been a personal foul for something I missed.
Yeah, they're short one player.
'Cause I didn't even see a call. Did you see a flag, Dominic?
No,
I didn't see a flag, just
did
an
not see a
injury.
flag.
So he gets a booming kick. Going to be taken back here once again by Downard. And he comes to the right, goes back toward the middle of the field, and he's bear hugged down.
20 Downard.
And
Shortly down the
46 for the night, which I don't have on my roster, makes the tackle.
10.
So 10 minutes to go here in the ball game. 1st and 10 for the Raiders, trailing 21-54. It gets flushed out of the pocket way over to the side. Ball bounces to the receiver, but 58 was just chasing him down over there.
Raiders, second down.
Calhoun. I have that on the other one, yeah.
And Carter's getting up rather slow.
So 2nd and 10, following the incompletion. Another 3-man rush coming in, gets to the quarterback, but he slips out. He's at the 40 to 35, down to the 30. Johnny Arbridge missed the block, but he still manages to get all the way into the end zone.
Down Raiders.
Kerry Carter with the huge 46-yard touchdown.
46 is
46-yard
Josh
touchdown run.
Brower.
Going for 2. Down by 27.
And hand off to the first back through the hole, and he gets nowhere. That is number 26, Chris Perry, or 28. No, it is 26, isn't it?
Pulled down by number 66.
It's Aaron Deanda, number 26. For a minute there, I thought it was Chris Perry, but all for naught anyways.
We're down to 8:52 to play in the game. It is 54-27. Knights over Raiders.
Time to look for the onside kick, gentlemen. I can tell you why right now, because you got old Yellow Shoes Johnny out here, and they're just going to squib kick it. Normally, he ain't out there unless he's going to try to recover it. Glover fakes the handoff, keeps it, comes up the middle, and gets hit a few times, but spun around about the 37-yard line. 54-27 is our score. 8.5 to go, Dan. And the humidity is going bye-bye. Handoff goes to the running back. Give me a second, I'll see who they put in there this
Short down
drive.
play.
They like to move him around, and that is 20. Nope, number 28 this time. That is Kennedy Bay again, Marquise Kennedy Bay.
Second down and 7.
And a little play action to the running back Lewis, and they're going to throw downfield.
Right in the middle, right
Guess who again, Dan?
Wide open again.
Mr. I either get a first down or a touchdown.
81.
Luke Clemens again. And guess what? That's another first down.
The Knights first down.
Yeah, true.
7 minutes to go in the game. Little pass out in the flat. That is...
Pass complete to number 81, Luke Clemens.
No, it wasn't. That was 30-something. Well, we don't have a name for 38, and they're going to throw it to him for a second play. So he's got 2.
It looks like number 36.
Is it? No, he even said
It is
38.
36.
Is it 36? Okay.
Third and short, Knights.
It's Marquise Battle, number 36.
Under 6 minutes to play.
3rd and about 3. Little pump fake to the right, come back to the left, incomplete to
Pass intended for number
Clemens.
81.
Yeah.
Incomplete.
Thrown short of 81.
Brings up the Knights fourth down.
So 5 minutes to go, 4th and 3. Fake to Lewis, midfield, rolls to the right, throws off to the right
Pass is
side.
incomplete.
He bounced it
Number
off
down.
him. That
First
was
and 10 Raiders.
Number 30.
30, Sunrow again, but this time it falls incomplete and turns over on downs. So 1st and 10 for the Raiders, trailing 54-27 with 4 to go in the game. Looking downfield, and he's going to overshoot Johnny Aldridge by about 7 yards.
Pass intended for number 7, Johnny Aldridge. Incomplete. Brings up Raiders 2nd and 10.
Usually hasn't been to work for a while.
3:27 to play in the game. 3:27 to play in the game. 54-27. Knights lead the Raiders.
Three receivers up top, one down below, single back. Carter's just looking to unload somewhere, and he dumps one into the flat, and that almost went for 6. 44, Andre Olvera was just, he saw the end zone before he looked the ball in. He's going to hate himself all the way back to Toledo.
The Knights always do their 10.
Dominic, that's what you're supposed to be doing if you miss the.
Olvera dropped the pick. He's out there pushing the ground. Give me 10. He still owes me 10 for the one he dropped today.
Dominic dropped one?
Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe, but he did.
You know, maybe you should, put frosting on him.
Well, I can't really say anything about him dropping them because I can't catch. Kerry Carter trying just running for his life and just shredding 3 of the defenders. Still running for his life, and he's about to get lit up, and he arm bars him away. Gets all the way out to the 40-yard line and a first down. Talk about massive effort by your quarterback.
He's tired.
I thought 58 was coming over just to light his world up, and he just, whoop, armed him.
Warning.
2 minutes to go. Score 54-27. The Knights over the Raiders. First and 10 from the 40.
Oh, he just got smashed, but he gets the ball back. That could have been a flag because the
by Kerry Carter.
lineman 52, Brandon Simmons, come in there and karate chopped him to the top of his helmet. You can't go to the head, but official did not call it.
2nd and long.
Minute 7 to play.
4 receivers. Carter in the shotgun. Oh, he's actually got time this time. Sidearms one down the field, and it's picked off. Who we got out there? Number 0. That is Michael Greenlee on the pick. Okay, Dan, let's get your song.
You know, first of all, despite the fact that there were three defenders out there,
Knights ball.
he could have caught that.
Yeah, he still had a chance at that jump ball, but he
Here
just...
comes, here comes. Turn out the lights, the party's over.
And for those of you who don't
32.9
know, we
seconds
end
to
every
go.
game with that.
Yes, whether we have it on tape or not. And they're going to keep that clock going because they're saying this game's over. 54-27. Knights come to Clyde and beat the Northwest Ohio Raiders. I'm Dan Henning for Wade Parker
See y'all next time.
and Everyday Productions. We're glad to have you with us. Hope you'll join us right here again next time.